See, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. We say the one supports and elders, great most and well of teachers or persons in the truth. And we say salutations, so the Akim, the person who wouldn't know truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly into our season, Mr. Shalom. And once again, going into our video here, and let's basically touch upon this interview. Now, the person that's been interviewed is someone called Gene Deal, which is a bodyguard of P Diddy in the early 90s, in the early stages, a bad boy, right? So he's just basically a bodyguard for P Diddy, and now he's been doing a couple he has been doing a bunch of interviews over the years, exposing some of the things that be happening in the industry and things that P Diddy been doing, right? The things he have been saying, the things that he have been bringing out is over the years have been now exposed. As you can see what happened to PDD recently, right? And you see things exposed where man on man and all the kind of the freak shows that be going on, that PDD used to be holding and be going on. Now one of the recent information that been brought out is TD Jakes, Pastor TD Jakes, Bishop TD Jakes, or whatever it is they love to call him in this world. You understand, the so-called big pastor TD Jakes. He was basically exposed for being in the same parties, being in the same activities that P Diddy been holding and so on. He's been there. You have seen pictures with him and P Diddy. You have seen him in the parties. He have been and all these things. And there's information coming out that TD Jakes has, he's been dealing with men, right? And again, now one of the things that I want to touch upon this video, and I go play the clip here, is that when the person here was talking, he said that why if he's a so-called pastor of a church or a bishop, why it is he even hanging around with P Diddy? Why are you hanging around these sinners? You understand? Are you not supposed to be separate? And he was right for saying that. And that is what I want to touch upon. When you're serving the Lord, you're not supposed to be around these kind of men, because obviously you're going to start to be doing the things that these men be doing. And again, all TD Jakes care about is the money. So he would sell out himself for that. Right? Now let me just play the clip here.
Diddy and TD Jakes. Man, what I think about it is this, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You had to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint.
So as you can hear, we see the sinners. He just given his account that when he grew up in the church, the sinners and the church goers would have been separate, right? Now we know the old church system is off, but when it comes to being for the Lord, you're not really supposed to be around the sinners. You're not supposed to be doing the things. You're not supposed to be indulging yourself in the things that the sinners be doing. But as he's going to give the account here, with TD Jakes. Now these pastors, these bishops, you see it with Kurt Franklin, you see it with some of these prominent and well-known, so-called, if you want to put them so-called Christian celebrities, they be all in these festivities, they be all in the freak shows, they be all in the award shows, being around these people and so forth. And again, so much information be coming out of the industry, being a wild place. That is like literally, you're calling yourself a man of the Lord, you're a Hebrew Israelite calling a man of the Lord, and you're following Diddy in the same shows as Diddy. That craziness. That craziness. You understand? That's madness. Right?
Going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he there to lay some hands on somebody. Maybe he there to save some souls. I know he got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So now what he's doing is he's making, man, he making the Christians look real bad right about now. And you been to these parties, right? Oh, yeah. I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole 9 yards. So I know what goes on at the party.
So as you can see, you see, TD Jakes made the Christians look bad, but they already are bad, right? Now, what this next piece is saying is that, you know, you've been in his shoes, so literally, like, you could go and watch some of the interviews that this person has been given on Diddy, and it's just the same information that has been recently brought out in court. He just been saying it first, and you got to understand the kind of abominations that have been taking place in the backgrounds and so forth. And that is nothing strange. You have been hearing this thing for years. Now, TD Jake's name has been caught in it, right? And he made a point that why is a man of calling himself a man for the Lord? Why is he even in the midst of Diddy and going these shows, these freak shows and so forth? But this is where it's get with these pastors and them, these Christians and them. They want to say they fall in the Lord, but they want to be caught up in sin. You understand? They're not in it for the truth. They're in it for the fame. And we know the churches and these Christianity, it have no truth there at all. It have nothing there. I'm just bring a precept here. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. It says, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?" Because again, you say, why would TD Jakes be there with Diddy? Because why? Because TD Jakes and Diddy, they agree to each other. They're together, so they agree with the things that be going on, right? So he agreed. Hey, they in agreement. He know the things Diddy be doing, and he love the things there, the things that be going on there. So it say, can two walk together except they be agreed? Because you wouldn't be with someone that you're not agreeing with. It wouldn't make sense. It would always have a disconnect. It will always have an argument. It's the same with us. We in the truth, so we wouldn't have sinners around us. Because why? When they sin, you would obviously tell them, hey, you're doing something wrong. That is why majority of the times, the only time you're wrong, majority people like that is when you have to work or you're going to buy something in grocery, you're outside like that. But majority of the times you're wrong brothers, you're on the Akim. You wouldn't be around sinners, you wouldn't be going online with them, you're not going to be in the midst of them and so on. Because you're not in agreement with them at all. So as it says, you can't two walk together except they be agreed. And now, it say, it have a saying, birds of a feather flock together. And that's a right saying, because if you're a man of the Lord, you're not supposed to be around sin. You're not supposed to be falling sinners. You're not supposed to be doing any things that you be doing. Because once you are wrong it, you yourselves might get comfortable and feel you could do it as well. And that is to show you that these bishops, these pastors, they be way off. Way off. Right? Right? So much, please.
If, they probably got a little bit more freakier, as time went on, because they got to the point where that they didn't even care. It used to be secretly, where people used to go to, separate rooms and different rooms, and they wasn't doing that out in the public, but now they don't care. Men kissing men and all this other shit. That's just crazy. So why do you think he was going to these parties? I think that he's going to the Diddy parties, bruh. If he's going, well, we know he's going to the Diddy parties, and I know that it's, I know what usually happens at the Diddy party, or what we told us happened at the Diddy parties. Maybe he needs to see it for himself, man. Maybe he needs to go there and really be involved in some things that could help save some individuals while they going.
See, he's just trying to save face because speaking certain things you can get sued. See, they're trying to play it up, but everyone knows why TD Jakes is going to those parties and the things he be doing. Again, if you go and look up the information that's brought out against him, you'll see he's been in some wild stuff. Now let's bring the scripture here. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6. I'll read from verse 14. It say here, verse 14, right? I'm going to read this here. right? It say be not equal. It say be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness? And that is just straight to the point. It say be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers. Why would you want to be around them? You basically use one way and they are somewhere else. So why would they want to be among sinners? Why would they want to be amongst unbelievers if you yourself is not the same thing? That is why I start with the Amos. Can two walk together unless they agree? And that is the thing with TD Jakes. He agree with these men. You don't understand that these men set up. It might break some Christians' heart to hear that, but that is what it is. You know, people trying to right now. People trying to right now to back up TD Jakes and try to find an excuse for him. But if it was someone else, they would have chastised him. They would not bring him down. You understand? But now it's someone that they look up to. All of a sudden, now they're trying to find a whole set of excuses. But the scripture tells us straight as it could be. It have no getting wrong what it is. It say, "Be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers." And that's where the holy come out from. Because if you had to be holy, you had to be separate. You had to be set apart. You can't be calling yourself holy, right? And you're in the midst of sinners, doing the things sinners do, in the same party and so forth. That madness, that craziness, matter of fact, that wickedness. Right? It says, for what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness? And there's a question. It says, for what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness? Because if you do it, think about it. We doing the righteous thing. If you go in a group of unrighteous people and you want to do righteous stuff, they go watch you as a madman. It just can't be together. That's why you would be around the people that are on the same path with you. So if a man like TD Jakes, he in the midst of Diddy parties and so forth, in the freak shows, then you know what kind of man he is. You know the kind of things he like. You know the kind of things he be doing. So it say what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion had light with darkness. What communion had light with darkness? What? Right? What? And there's a question mark. What? Right? It says, so what communion had light with darkness? What? So you can't say you're worshiping the Lord, you're holy, you're with the Lord, and then you're in the freak shows. You understand? You're in the Diddy parties, and again, so much information being coming out about them Diddy parties. So much of things so much of things right now have been being exposed about the things that be going on in these places. Right? So much of things. Let me go to the book of Ephesians, right? Ephesians chapter 5. Let me read from verse 1. Right? It says, be ye therefore followers of God as their children. So be followers of God. Why would it, and to be a follower of God, you have to be in the things that he said. You say not be equally yoked with unbelievers. Be not in the midst of sinners. Right? Why would they pay yourself in these kind of things? If it's a so-called man of the Lord, why would they be in the shows? Right? As again, the major next example is like us saying, hey, we would be talking about these pagan holidays, and next thing you know, you see a picture with us in Carnival, or you see a picture with us in a Santa Claus kit. Then what? You'll be wrong. You'll be off. You'll be off because it's speaking against these things, but then you're with it. And that is why plenty of these celebrity Christianity bishops and so forth, that is the reason why they don't touch upon nothing else. With all this information coming out about kids being abused, kids being touched upon in the churches, they don't talk about it. Orgies be taking places in the churches and you would never hear them speak about it, not one day. Because they themselves be in those things. So Ephesians chapter 5 say what? It say, be ye therefore followers of God as their children, and walk in love as Mashiach also have loved us, and had given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet smelling Savior. Right? It says, but fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becoming saints. So he said, but fornication and all uncleanness and all covetousness, let it not be once named among you as become saints. And the kind of things that they be hearing going on in DD parties, you don't know, you don't want to be there. You know? You don't want to be there. And even if it's, and once you call yourself a righteous man, it are no way it's supposed to be dwelling amongst these men. Right? It says, neither filthiness nor foolishness, talking nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. It says, for this ye know that no whoremonger, no unclean person, no covetous man who is an adulterer had any inheritance in the kingdom of Mashiach and of God. It says, let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. It says, be ye not partakers with them. So it says, be ye not partakers with them. So why would we want to be in the midst and be in the same buildings and thing with these men? You know, like when I say same buildings, because I mean, you're living upon the city and you have to work, right? And certain times you have to work, you will be among sinners, but that is the job that you have to do. But are you going to be, after work done, you're going to lie with them? You're going to party with them? No, you're not supposed to. At all. But a so-called high bishop, you know, a high Christian bishop, he in the same freak shows, you know. He in the same freak shows. And that is the so-called man of the Lord according to Christianity. They just hold a man words to the highest level, you know. They put his words above the Lord's words. So you say, be not ye therefore partakers with them. So this scripture says, be not partakers with these things. You know, people who do these things. So one time, you know, you're supposed to be what? Separate. You know, you're not supposed to be amongst them. It say, for ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. So that is what you're supposed to do. So walk as children of light, not children of darkness. It say, for the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So you say, and have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness. So why you're not supposed to be in the midst? You're not supposed to be fellowship with them and so forth. You know. But you have a TD Jakes. He in the freak shows. He in the parties with them. Just to show you, it is going to show you who these men are. But you think about it is this: these men are to be here. These men are to deceive people. They're set up to do that. But when it comes to being a man of the Lord, the scriptures tell you what it say. It say, be not partakers with them. It also tell you here, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. Have none. Right? Have none. But rather reprove them, and that is what we do in the Syria. We reprove them. We bring on the scriptures. That's why even the men that be in the midst of Israel, right, and they're saying certain things and they're doing certain things, we reprove them for that. The scripture says straight, have no fellowship with that. With them, right? Have no fellowship with that. Be not equally yoked with them. They have no gain and wrong it. They have no dance and wrong it. We're not supposed to be amongst them. Once you're amongst them, you'll be doing the things you be doing. And they're going to the Jakes. He in it and he been it. You know, right now they're calling them what is the word that I was calling them the other night? Some bottom thing. You know, like again, go and look up what it is, what was exposed about TD Jakes. Now, it's nothing new to brothers who know, because the information has been outside there for a little while. But now, With all the stuff that happening with Diddy, his name has been called, his file has been burst, right? So it say, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of these things which are done of them in secret. They say, but all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever thou make manifest is light. Right? And that is just straight it. So have no fellowship, be not equally yoked with them. You know, I might do a part 2 to this. You know? I just wanted to make sure that what is taking place. Again, many of these high class celebrity bishops, they be in these kind of freak shows, these freak fests. Joel Osteen, TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar, all of these men. Who's the next one I called before? Kurt Franklin, all these men. When it's a man of the Lord, when they consider yourself holy, it's supposed to be separate. You know, it's supposed to be set apart from unrighteousness. It's supposed to not be dwelling amongst the sinners and so on. Right? But these men be in the show telling them, you know, they could sin, they could do this, you know, idolatry, all these sort of things. But a man of the Lord, he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be caught to in these kind of things. Right? So, with that, once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yoshai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash. We say that when apostles and elders agree, Muslim and Ruwala teachers, apostles in the truth, and we say salutations, so the Akamas, push the word in the truth, and sincerity, Dean and the out, and constantly in season and season, we say, Shalom.